Welcome back to Good Moms, Bad Choices. I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
And it's Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, y'all.
Happy motherfucking Wednesday.
How's it going? How's your week been, my dear?
My week has been good. Feeling good. Ari's been in Zoom school, so, that's been not great. But, we made it through. We made it through. Her dad came and picked her up. I'm baby free for the weekend.
Woo, woo, woo. It's always nice when somehow our baby free weekends align.
There's no school on. It's always nice. It's always trouble. There's no school on Monday, which means
it's a triple weekend.
Which means I'm definitely not picking her up on Monday. Maybe not even Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. So I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really good. I've been feeling very cancer-y, very crab-like, like not wanting to leave my house at all. Getting high and tipsy by myself. But you know what? It's so funny. You said, we don't have the kids. It's a 3-day weekend. And immediately it's like, what can I get into? I'm like, my fangs come out. And I'm like, come on. Be a grown-up. Also, you don't have any hoes. So, yeah, just been chilling at the house, like nesting, kind of cleaning up a lot, just shit like that. Nothing really new is going on in my world. Just grateful and happy, and yeah, that's it.
Same. Should we pull a card, my dear?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, let's do it. We pulled the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups.
It seems like there's a woman, upright, looking like she's walking rather proudly, with a cup with a fish in it, and it appears that maybe there's some water in the background. The Page of Cups represents creative opportunities, intuitive messages, and curiosity and possibility. Wow, we're just going strong. The Page of Cups wears a blue tunic with a floral print and a beret on his... we always keep thinking these men are women. This must be the old-timey card.
They are.
His head with a long flowing scarf. He stands on the shore with the wavy sea behind him, holding a cup in his right hand. Surprisingly, a fish pops its head out of the cup and looks at the young... This is a lot. Okay, let's see what this shit means. The Page of Cups suggests a new idea or opportunity has come to you out of the blue. Oh, what? Has something come to us? It's so funny. That has happened yesterday. Your creative energy is flowing, and now the question is how you will express it. Will you snap up to this new idea and turn it into something, or will you let someone else bring in the fruition? I need to learn how to read. It is up to you. Spend time exploring the idea to see if you want to move forward. It invites you to have an open and curious mind. Be open to anything, including a fish popping its head out of a cup. It is with curious mind that you will discover new aspects of life and yourself. Open your mind to all possibilities, especially those of creative or intuitive nature. You will be pleasantly surprised. Be ready to dream the impossible dream and explore the magic of your fullest potential, even if it seems out of reach. The Page of Cups is asking you to embrace your inner child and believe that anything is possible. Woo! Feel charged, baby. Love doing this shit. Fucking witch.
Yeah, that speaks to me.
Yeah, it really does. Wow. I feel like, I don't know, whatever, like, religion, whatever the hell you do, you don't have to, like, I know people get really touchy about the sage and the incense and the cards and the shit. So for the Christians out there, we love you too, but you don't have, like, what you can think of it is as a message from God. That's how I think about it. Any way you can get the message from God, take it. The tarot, the oracle, the moon, whatever. A random message from a stranger, take it as a message from God. It's always, you can interpret it any way you want, but generally it's all the same source. So don't get all crazy.
Well, those cards spoke to me, and damn. So basically I just need to get creative. Sounds like I need to do some mushrooms, guys.
Ooh, it does sound like mushroom o'clock. Maybe we could take them to the beach. It's going to be hot this weekend.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm really excited because we have a long-awaited special guest today, someone who's come highly recommended to the podcast. A lot of you guys have asked us to have her on our show, and we finally made it fucking happen. And guess what? The bitch lives like 2 miles from my home. We have Ashley, aka Miss Wright's Way, here. Yay!
Drop your titles, Ashley, because you got a lot.
You know, badass breastfeeder, doula, childbirth educator, breastfeeding educator, sex worker, author, motivational, inspirational speaker, badass motherfucker bitch.
Skincare maker.
Ah, yes!
Okay, baby.
Affirm skincare. I mean,
baby.
natural skincare, all natural everything.
All natural everything mama. I'm so happy to have you here finally. I was like a fan. I was like a girl fan before we even became friends.
Yeah, well, we had... I don't know. I just remember it was like a breastfeeding thing. A long time ago, we started following each other. I was like, oh, she's naked with her baby.
I remember when we first started our podcast, we were thinking about bringing on guests. She was like, we need to have this person on. And she sent me your video of you pole dancing with your daughter. And I was like, this is for sure Mila's person. I'm like, this is Mila's person. They need to be friends, and we need to be friends. And I'm so glad that we are here now.
I know. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
It does.
The alignment.
And also, I do need that skincare because your skin is a fucking bomb.
Thank
God damn.
you.
You have like one pore? What the fuck?
Really? Does it look like good? I was like, damn, I didn't get to wash my face.
Tight and taut and even and like.
I would love to gift it to
glowing
you.
and shit.
Oh yeah, I made another batch. When
you saw me looking at you.
I should have brought it over here, but I didn't pour.
I almost told you, like, did you make that cleanser yet? I washed my face at her house. First of all, I invited myself over to Ashley's house this week with my child and stayed for hours. I'm like one of those people, like, don't invite me over because you have to also maybe tell me to leave. I'm like, are you good? I know it's my first time here. Are you fine here? Can I stay? But luckily, me and Ashley are similar people.
Yeah, we are.
She told me the other day at her house. She said, so many people told me that we would be friends. Someone told me that we're like the same person, but I'm further along on the journey. So yeah, sounds about right.
But when I saw her, I was like, oh, she's just spicier than me. She just like has a lot more like less inhibitions. The mindfulness is different. Like she just moves in a different like wavelength than I do. Like we're on the same frequency, but our waves look like this.
I mean, you guys even have the same hair. I mean, my God.
Yeah, she recommended.
Literally, like if
I recommended Zaya, and she begged Zaya.
Oh, you went to
shout out to Zaya, who also shout out, but also you moved and didn't tell nobody, bitch.
I know.
She told me.
Well, no wonder it's
because you begged her right before she left.
That show will last forever. Okay.
It is. I've had it in here for a while, and I don't plan on taking it out.
I know. I'm like, bitch, can you come back from Portland, please?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going to Portland for the hairstyle.
Oh God, I was thinking about her today. I was like, damn, she really is good at what she does.
I'm like, I've never
but that's
been
not
to
even
Portland.
what she does. She's like a singer.
I know.
I'm like a bomb fire ass singer that just like has amazing braiding capability.
I know.
They say it's always those who don't really do it though that do it the best.
It's true.
I was really happy, and people always ask me like, "Oh my God, how long you been growing your locks?" I was like 2 weeks.
Stupid.
I was like, "How long did it take to get there?" I was like 4 hours. They're like, "Really? That's not like it's not mine. It's not mine."
Go follow Zaya Bell. She has really dope music.
Yeah.
Are you going to present our affirmation of the day, Ashley?
Yes. Oh yeah. So she was like, "Give me an affirmation." I was like, "About what?" So I guess I'll just tell you guys where I'm at. I said, I am in oneness with myself. That is an affirmation. Do I need to explain that affirmation?
If you'd like to, elaborate, baby.
So I am often being like met in spaces or having these reflections of people, my friends, of like bifurcated individuals.
Wait, what's this
Yes,
bifurcated?
right.
Sorry. Rewind. We need a Webster dictionary.
Bring it back.
Bifurcated, people who have compartmentalized and stuff, like separate spaces.
Okay, got it.
Right?
Bifurcated.
Bifurcated.
That is also the word of the week, guys.
Yay.
Bifurcated.
It's literally Black girl magic, learning and giving to each other. You know, I always remind myself it feels really good to show up in all of the spaces that I'm in and oneness with myself. So whenever I need the support, I always get the sophisticated support that I need because people can truly see me in all of me, right? So I am in oneness with myself, and I tend to give that one out for everybody so they don't feel like they have to be separated, because compartmentalizing means that's a response to trauma, right? That's a coping mechanism to trauma when we like separate and put our pieces all over the place. So I always give thanks and remind myself in gratitude that I am in oneness.
I am in oneness with myself. And with Erica, because we're the same fucking person.
Yeah, I am Jamilah, and she's me.
Beautiful reflections of each other.
And then we had another one.
And the other one is I attract money with ease and pleasure.
I attract money with ease and pleasure.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
been one that I have been saying every single day. Someone similar to that about just money and abundance.
Yeah, but everybody talk about money. They talk about abundance. They're like, "Oh, I want all this money," but then they wonder why they got to work so fucking hard. Like, I'm not trying to work that hard. I don't want the money to come so hard.
You haven't been specific enough about it.
Yeah, you do. You want it with ease and pleasure. You want to just like wake up and check is coming in the mail. You know,
Yeah, yes.
like those random ass like Wells Fargo checks. Like people have this some shady shit, and there's like what do you call those? Group like
like the
this lawsuits those
the big lawsuits.
Yeah, the big lawsuits like
you're like, oh my god, I had contacts in 2006.
Yeah, hallelujah.
Wait, my friends text me this website where you can find out if like the government owes you money or you have like little payments that haven't been made.
I wasn't
because she had like $1,200. Her parents had put her like opened up her like I guess like bought some McDonald's stocks when she was like 2 years old and forgot about them.
What?
And then she checked this website and it said that she had $1,200. Bitch, I checked mine. I had like $1.66 owed to me. You better believe I was like, yes, I'll need that. Thank you. Please run me my check. Thank you. I don't know what the website is, but maybe I'll add it to the details of this episode so that y'all can find out. I want everyone to get paid.
And if you get paid, we want 1%.
I believe 20% is the standard.
Oh my god!
If not 10, if we're being kind for finders.
It's so true. Your relationship with money and even how you think about it makes such a huge difference. Like even I've been trying to do this similar affirmations, and today I had like these bills I had to pay, and I was like, ugh, like feeling away, and I was like, no, bitch. First of all, I bought a stripper pole at 2 a.m. because of Ashley.
She sure did.
I bought like $280 fucking stripper pole. I was like, I must have this, and I was like justifying it, like it's fine. I need it. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. Yeah. It'll pay off.
And then my bills. I was like, fuck. Bills. Like, I shouldn't have dropped that $300 that phone. But I was like, bitch, you can get a pole and you can pay your bills. Yes. Okay? And then, guess what? I opened my PayPal, $400. I'm like, what? Transfer? Nice. But it reminded me that the universe was telling me, stop tripping, you're good. Mm-hmm. Stop tripping, you're good. Yeah. So it's just like an attitude. You're just like, the money flows and everything's okay. Mm-hmm. That's funny. Even you talking about being in oneness with yourself and not feeling like you have to compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of parts of you, and like you, obviously I got a pole because of you. So I know you started like doing pole dancing with the baby on the pole with Shannon when she was little, and everybody was in an uproar. Like, how do you manage? Because I think that was our biggest thing when we started the podcast. We were like, okay, we want to be ourselves, but also we're moms, and how is that going to be conveyed? And it's like, bitch, we are who we are. That's how it's going to be conveyed. But we were so concerned that like we wouldn't get a bad rep. You know, you don't want to like look bad and like make your kids look bad, and then like are people going to still think we're smart if we like tell all our hories on the internet? And like there's all these like layers to us. And like, there's so much pressure to be separated. How do you feel like you've always been that type of person? Like, take what you get is what you get is what is
what
it?
You see is what you get.
I think so. At the time, I didn't know or have a name to it, but typically, what I'm doing is I'm saying fuck respectability politics, right? Which is like, oh, I have to assimilate and be appropriate to the way society tells us mothers should be, or how a black woman should be, and to be careful of how like the society is going to perceive us. We don't want to make sure we're not too angry. We want to make sure we're not too hoary. We don't want to make sure we're not too like loud. We definitely don't want to be sexy as mothers, and we definitely need to keep looking like this image of perfect, or the way like whiteness has made perfection, right? Like the Stepford mom wife. And I was like, fuck that. These kids is getting chips today for breakfast.
Yep, sure are.
I'm a single mom, and I breastfeed at the same time. I know what it is to throw on some fucking like red bottoms and draw these eyebrows in and slay. Like, and I feel like I can have all of that, and I can be all of that because that is all of who I am. This idea of like separating and being like, no, now that you're a mom, you can't be this. I'm like, first of all, I'm fucking single. I'm a single mom. So I really didn't like this idea that we had to uphold this image for male consumption, right? It was like, if you're a mom, you have to be this way, and pleasure is only for your partner, which often was like this heteronormative space, right? And I was like, well, what the fuck were us single bitches supposed to do? Right? Like, I remember thinking about that. Like, how am
I supposed to catch a man if I can't be sexy anymore?
Right. And I'm like, nobody's seeing personality across the fucking room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I do shine bright with this smile of mine, but it just didn't make any sense. And I was like, I want to feel good all the time. And I was like, and I honestly felt good while breastfeeding. Like, I'm sexy as fuck while breastfeeding. Like, I'm sustaining life from my bosom. And that was like it for me, but I also know that it was also the oxytocin, you know, the hormone that had me feeling like I'm amazing. I don't know, like I love everybody today, you know. So it's a sensitive hormone that I was able to tap into, which also, you know, they tell you to make decisions when you feel good, and in feeling good, I was able to constantly keep living out loud. So it's only when I'm in fear or when people operate in fear and anxiety that they start to like be anxious or hide themselves. And I feel like there were a lot of beautiful points in my life that kept adding and supporting me to live out loud, to be unabashed and unashamed. So yeah, I can't, I'm gonna say I was like this only because I've talked to people I went to high school with and college, and they'd be like, bitch, you was always this way. I'm like, really? I wasn't like this. It was like just different, just appropriate, like different in that age space. Like they knew I was weird in high school. Like in college, I remember I got a
side
bobcat.
note, Ashley is a fellow Valley girl.
Yeah. Anyways, I had a bobcat, and they was like, "Bitch, who does that?"
You had a bobcat?
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? Actually, you know, we have a mutual friend. I don't know. He knows you. I don't know if you know him. Carlton. Do you know Carlton Richardson? He went to what's the other school? And he told me you had a bobcat. No, wait, was he him or was it? Oh,
No,
are you sure it wasn't
Albert.
It was Albert.
Council.
Albert Council told me you
Are we
had
supposed to be saying Albert Council's a name on the fucking internet?
We're
Who
not.
cares? Yeah, he told me you had a bobcat, and I was like, "What? She had a bobcat
in real life?" And they was like, "What? Are we allowed to say nigga?"
Nigga? On here?
Nigga.
Say whatever we fucking
And
want.
everybody in college was like, "What nigga does?" You know, like how you go to a black school?
Where did you get a bobcat?
And
Where the fuck
I
did you
got
find
it
a
from
bobcat?
Montana. It was I was like, somebody was like, "Oh, do you want a cat?" I was like, "Yeah, I want a cat," because I grew up with lots of pets. A lot of people don't know this. I had lots of pets growing up. I had all type of exotic animals.
What do you
Why your parents were really into
Tiger?
No,
Face?
they said as long as I got good grades and I was a straight A student. So
You got anything you wanted?
I had me collectively out of me and my brother. We had 2 ball pythons, a 9-foot Burmese python, an African bullfrog, a Pac-Man albino frog. We traded iguanas and geckos and chameleons like stocks and bonds. We had crickets. We started actually creating our own feed. So like we were actually birthing pinkies, like breeding mice and crickets just for our animals that ate them. We had a Rottweiler. I had a pet rat named Mikey for years that I used to walk around with me. So he used to sit around. I used to travel on everywhere, and he was so smart. And they told me he would have lived longer if I bred him, but I didn't breed him because I didn't know he was like nobody's thinking like, oh, I got to find him a
mate.
Yeah, a mate at like
Who wants multiple rats?
11.
I know. I've seen the rats on these fruit trees out here. I'm freaking out. I can't imagine having a rat on my goddamn shoulder.
Yeah, but I could have every animal except a cat. That was the only.
I can understand your
Yeah, that
parents.
sounds like me.
Sounds
My
about
brothers
right.
and mine was like no cat. So then when I went off to college and they was like, oh, I should get a pet. And I was like, why get a little cat? Get a big cat. So I went online and I bought a big cat.
You bought a bobcat.
Yeah,
Was it a baby cat when you got it?
I got him really young. Came from a cattery. And I went and got all the paperwork for him.
Where'd he go? Did he die?
Yeah.
You lost him?
No.
Somehow bobcats running around Atlanta.
Somehow, for the first time ever, he like ate a flip flop. I had like one of those old Navy flip flops, and typically whatever he doesn't like, he'll throw it up. But I don't know what made him eat. He's never eaten my shoes, but something about this flip flop. He digested, and it got stuck in his smaller intestine, his intestines, and I could not afford the surgery.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like a house, and they didn't take credit. Like they don't do payments for animal surgery.
Right.
You have to get credit. But I also was like, I don't have it. And then so I begged my parents. My parents was like, absolutely fucking not. Right? They're like, we're not. So I had to have him put down. He was 6 years old.
Oh, wow. Wait, you went to school in Atlanta?
No.
Wait, no.
Virginia.
I'm sorry, Virginia. No,
Okay.
sorry.
I went to school there, and I had him there, and everybody was like, I used to bring him when he was small. Then he got bigger, and one time the FDA and the Wildlife Game Department they picked his ass up. I had to go and they threw his ass in the zoo, and I had to go get him back because somebody had said there was a tiger living there in their apartment complex.
Hello? I can imagine your black neighbor like, hello? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's this crazy bitch next door.
Yeah.
She got a tiger.
She got a tiger.
Yep, a tiger on her shoulder. Yep, immediately come up in here because the bitch is gone nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So, yeah, but they couldn't keep him because I had the paperwork for him.
Yeah, what was his name?
His name was Kairos.
Oh, at least you know you're
He had a full name, Kairos Anthony Young.
Oh, okay.
And it was named all
That's
after
like
niggas.
somebody's son.
K-A-Y.
Yeah, K-A-Y.
It does sound like someone's son.
Oh,
Yeah.
who you dating? Kairos Anthony Ross.
Young.
Sorry.
Young. It was young.
Get it right.
Oh my goodness.
Did you always want to be a mom? What was your journey into motherhood?
It's really interesting because when I think back about being a mom, I remember at one point in my life I thought I was gonna, I don't know, and I know this, I'm not the only one, but there was ever a time where you guys thought like, oh, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of babies with whole different people from all different races.
No, only niggas think like that.
No, I thought I'm never gonna have any babies.
No,
I've only heard guys say shit like that.
Really? That was
I've literally only heard men say, I want a baby.
You're really telling me you never? I thought okay, so at one point I thought like that, right? I knew I was gonna have kids, but I didn't. It didn't work out that way. I don't know. There was not a huge emphasis on like, oh, I'm going to be a mom. I thought I was going to be a mom at like my 30s, like a first time mom, like 35. I was like, oh, I'm going to have my first kid at like 35. That did not work out that way. But, my mom said she always knew I was going to be a good mom because of the way I was with animals. Mm-hmm. I didn't know I was going to be this good of a mom. I'm like, I'm a fucking exceptional mom. But no, I didn't. There wasn't emphasis. I was like a career girl. I was like, I'm going to go to school and be super smart, and I'm going to run a Fortune 500 company. And then a bitch actually went to college, graduated, and I was working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So
you're like, you want the premium or?
I was fucked up for a cool minute, and I was making
automatic.
peanuts.
The 4-door.
It was pretty bad.
It's so interesting because Ashley said something to me that was extremely interesting the other day. She said to me,
oh God,
I was asking her like if she's been dating or like what's I'm nosy as fuck. So I'm in her house for the first time for 14 hours asking about all her business. And she was like, no, I don't even care about sex. Honestly, if I could just be pregnant and keep giving birth, I'd be so happy. I love giving birth, but I don't really like having sex. I was like, bitch! Said no woman ever.
Right.
Just get me pregnant. I just get me pregnant.
Just get the sex.
She's like, I just want to keep birthing.
I
was like, I like birth too on YouTube, bitch.
Yeah, on YouTube.
I love the birth on YouTube.
Yeah, it fucks people up. Because people look at me as such like a super sexual, sensual being, the way they perceive me on the internet. But I'm pretty fucking like asexual most of my life. Like most of my, my sex life. I don't know. I think it's because I'll be breastfeeding so much. So maybe it could be the prolactin, like the nursing hormones that's making me not have a high sex drive. But I also realize that I don't ever want to have sex with anybody unless I have an emotional attachment with them.
Yeah.
It's like it across the board, and it really people are like, no way. I'm like, yeah, I be needing niggas to love me. They have to be in love with me, and I have to be in love with them.
Right.
I want to do it, or I just don't. I really don't have the desire. I really just don't. I also like so focused on like money and bills right now too. So I'd be like, nigga, my house is burned down. You want me to fucking a burning down house? Like I got 2 kids and shit. Like I got shit to do. It's just I don't think I have, or maybe I'm not making enough time to invite the pleasure in that way with a partner. I mean, I just started my OnlyFans, and then that's been like a new step. So I don't know. Like I'm not completely asexual, but there are times like I can go like 2 to 4 years at a time with no sex. Like absolutely fine with that, and it doesn't bother me. And I've done it multiple times. But it's never intentionally, though. Like, that's the weird part. It's like, it's not intentional. I don't intentionally be like, I'm not having sex. I'm going to choose to be celibate in these years. I just be like, oh, I look up and, like, years have gone by because I just be breastfeeding all the time. And then I work on, like, showing up and creating content. And then I don't go anywhere. So, and then when people are talking to me, I'm like, oh, but I haven't known you long enough. Like, to want to. And then I never feel like, oh, I just need to get off. I just don't feel like that.
Do you masturbate?
I just started.
Literally. On OnlyFans.
On OnlyFans. My first time was on OnlyFans.
Really? Like your first time ever?
And it's so good. That video is so good,
Wait,
right?
It is your first time ever, or you just like recently?
No, I just started masturbating. I have an OnlyFans maybe like 6, 7, 8 months. I started.
But what were you doing on there before?
I just like
little sexy dance,
just uncensored me. You know, like I don't take off I keep the nipples on there now, and it was like, you know, I typically do my morning shots, and so finally there's like, come on, Ashley, like just start, right? And I'm like, okay,
so the audience,
got me started, and they was like, we're gonna go buy your first dick, right? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy my first dick. So I bought my first dick in the mail, and I got it, and I was like, I have it, right? And then I didn't even do anything for 2 weeks. I didn't even do it, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot now. I'm really gonna do it, right? So it's like, okay, so I set up to where I am going to fuck myself with this dick on camera. My first time I actually set up on live. So I go live on OnlyFans.
You can go live on OnlyFans?
Yeah, you can go live on OnlyFans.
Wow, okay.
So I set up to go live on OnlyFans. Bless you. And so I got the penis, and it had, you know, the little suction cup on the bottom, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like sitting there like, oh, what do I do? They was like, put it in your mouth. I was like, I don't want to put it in my mouth. Right? This is what I'm saying.
Masturbating on live, taking instructions
from the audience. Like they're like texting me. So then I was like, whatever, I'm gonna try, right?
So it was just, did it vibrate or was just?
It was just a regular. You know, I had the ultra skin though. It was nice. You know, I feel like I did a little something with the ultra skin. You know, the bitches taught me that one, right? So then I'm like, at one point though, I'm like trying to write it, so I'm like slamming it over and over on the floor, trying to get it to stick. like literally, I'm just going like
waiting it a little bit.
And no, I had like living, I was like trying, then I was trying to sit on it, it was like popping off, and then I tried it on the wall, so I'm like banging on the wall, and then I'm just like this, the dick in my hand, and I'm just like, oh guys, I'm not doing it right? So then I tried again, like on my back, and I was like, well now my knees hurt, and then I literally slouched off of the bed, and I was like, I blew it. Literally, I was like, I blew it. And when people laugh, they watch it, they laugh so much, but they love it so much. That's like my most tipped video. Because it was so raw and it was so real, and I was like, my pussy's dried up and I'm just not doing a good job. For whatever reason, I thought I was going to fuck myself like a porn star.
Oh wow!
I really thought I was going to be so good at it, and I was like yeah, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't like that at all. It wasn't like that at all. So then they gave me instruction though. They was like, Ashley, it's okay. You know, I literally had people come into my DMs, people who like watched me and did my OnlyFans. So it's like, you know, typically when you dance, it opens you up a little more. You start to feel more sexy. There's like, you have to take time to invite the pleasure in.
Oh my God.
I had like moms coming in. Oh no. The moms were coming in. So they was just like, they're like, touching yourself here, play some music a little bit. So the next time I was like, all right, I'm going to do this, right? I got me some drink. I drank, I danced, yeah, my good old sugar juice, right? And I danced, and I pulled it out, and I even did a butt plug.
Oh, you went you stuck it in what?
Yeah, I stuck it in my mouth. I was like,
oh, you were a porn star, girl.
Yeah,
from 0 to 100.
It went really good. And my next time, and I was like, part 2. I'm like, I really did it now. I can't remember the name of the title. I was like, watch me as I dance and I fuck myself with my butt plug. I'm talking dirty now.
Oh,
I'm like so much better now. I'm like so good at it.
I'm gonna have to go over there and see what you got going on. Support a single mom.
Support me.
Also, do you feel like you are getting pleasure then masturbating now?
Yes. But what it's done for me is like really empower me on like what I like and what I don't like. Like really empower me. Like it was so good. Like in this journey of exploring myself sexually and intimately with myself by myself, I'm typically used to subjecting myself to the comforts of a partner, right? And now I want to explore more kinks and more fetishes, and I don't have to worry about if it makes a partner uncomfortable. So in that as well, I've also learned, I've been more empowered in my voice about sexual spaces. Like I had a guy do something that was like inappropriate. Like I was talking to him on the phone one time. This was years ago. She was really small. And the nigga just started whipping his dick out and like masturbating. And I remember him really like pushing me to do it. And I didn't like it at all. And I never really said anything. And like throughout the years, we've just supported each other online. But I got to a point where when I started this journey, I was like, you know what? I'm going to call his ass up and I'm going to tell him I didn't like that shit, you know? Yes. And in that, I've been able to be so vocal about those spaces. And I was like, wow, this is what sex workers talk about when they empower. That like you become so empowered in your sexual spaces where it's rare you'll be pushed into like coercion. Like you be like, no, I really don't like that. You start to have a voice more in those spaces. So I really love that. Like I'm like, no, I don't like that. Like I remember I was with one guy and I was just like, I'm gonna need you to take your time with me. Yeah. You know, like I was like, I'm gonna need you to take your time with me. And I don't think I've ever spoken about that before. I like felt like I needed to dictate like how you were gonna like
Do you think what actually because maybe you go through periods of not having sex or not wanting sex, what inspired you to start your OnlyFans? Like, was it because you wanted to take this journey and explore yourself, or like what was the reason why?
The reason so I got gay, right? That's where it started.
I saw that on the internet.
I got hella
so
gay.
when I still didn't know you, I was like still checking in because I was like, how is she doing? And then I was like, oh damn, she got a whole ass girlfriend.
A whole ass girlfriend.
She family. She got a whole family. I was like, this is cute.
I was like, be careful of those studs, bitch.
Listen, these nigga bitches. Woo, God.
The nigga bitches.
The nigga bitches. I got that. Shout out to Raw.
Shout out to who?
To Raw. I coined that. That is, her name is Ironic. She's a trans individual, super fucking dope. And her name is Ironic on the internet, Instagram, and she's a rapper as well. And she's super cool. And she was like, yo, Ashley, she's like, relax on these nigga bitches, right? And she was like, these nigga bitches is something else. So that comes from her. But yeah, these little young nigga bitches is, you know, they got me, but I realized that they got me, you know, typically. Everything I say tends to get real deep, so bring me back if it starts to get too fucking deep, right?
Let's go deep, baby.
Let's dig.
Let's dig in there.
So originally they got me, and I could say, because people always like, what do you like now? Do you still like studs or something like that? Actually, my interests, right, are shifting from that space, but that's only because I've become more comfortable in my queerness, and the fact is I actually do like women, right? So initially when I got into like that, opened up the door, I was like, oh, I just like her, which is a homophobic thought process, right?
Initially that was you were like, I only like her. Okay,
I only like her, but also she was the most closer to masculinity, so it was easier to transition. Yeah, it was a little more familiar, very uncomfortable, but more familiar, right? And so from there, obviously, the sex is different. The sex is different. The way we navigate the bodies are very different. And so once I realized, like, oh shit, like, how the fuck is a bitch whole ass 34 years old? I'm 35 now, but I was like, at the time I'm 34, and I didn't know that I like women. How?
Late in life lesbian.
Yeah, and if people are like, you've never, I'm like, I ain't never kissed a girl ever.
Really?
I never held a hand to a girl. I never, ever until that girl. I'm like, how the fuck did I miss this? You know, all as deep as I am introspection all motherfucking day, right? I know me, right? How the hell did I miss that? I'm gay as fuck, right? So I'm gay. How did I miss that? Like, how do I just get gay? You know what I mean? Like, feeling I'm gay, right? So
she's pissed. What the fuck is going on?
So it fucked with me, and that's when I started kind of exploring, like, oh shit, if I like that, what else do I like?
Right.
What else do I like?
Who the fuck am I?
Who am I? I literally was like, yo, what else? So that's when people were like, oh, I was like, maybe I should start masturbating, because I was like, after that, I was like, I'm not nobody. I should start exploring that. I don't really do it. I never felt the need to. I'm just gonna force myself to do it. And they was like, well, you should do it on OnlyFans. You should get OnlyFans. I was like, well, I guess I should. It's a whole pandemic. Why not? You know, like, so that's how I started. It's like, this is a journey of what it looks like to explore myself sexually, because who knew my sexual interests involved women and navigating that? Like, I now have this, like, I don't know, something about thick women do something to me.
You're like, ooh,
I
Erica.
went from
I heard her say, ooh, Erica, I didn't know you had all this body.
I never had a body. Something, and it's
Erica's
so
body
funny.
Be popping.
It is. It's really nice, and it tripped me out. I was like, I know she had on titties. Something about titties and ass, and I never knew that. Like, I was like, yes. When it came to my first one, I was like, thank God she don't have a big titties. Whew. I remember literally saying, I was like, 'cause I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I don't even want her to. I don't want to put her vagina. Please don't put your vagina on me. Like, I literally started there.
Please don't put your vagina.
I was like, fuck. I used to have so much anxiety and around like fucking up, like pleasure, like pleasure anxiety around that.
You know what?
Like,
I feel like it's because I feel
performance anxiety. That's
it almost feels more pressure to be able to please a woman because you are a woman.
Yeah,
and you should be able to please one.
Right.
So it almost feels like
it is more pressure.
Yeah,
really? I only had it. I didn't. I was terrified, and we had to move real slow. I was like,
did she guide you, or did you just figure it out?
No, I was very cliche. I was a very typical first time lesbian.
That's very patient.
No, it was just like I got to a part. I was like, I want to please you too.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, I was like,
Tell me how.
I'm ready. Like, I want to do it too. And she's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. Actually, I'm really actually fucking good at it, personally. She was fucked up. She was like, I mean, but I feel like I was good at it personally because I feel like the niggas taught me. Like, I know what it was with a lot of men, and I'm like, so I was like, I don't know. And then come find out, I'm really fucking good at it, you know? The other lover thought the same thing, too. And I'm like, but I also realized, no, real shit, I'm realizing that, like, bisexual women, and this is just an opinion. Obviously, I just got here, so it doesn't really mean shit. But in the spaces I'm learning, like the LGBTQ community, I'm hearing on how bisexual women tend to be better in sex with lesbian women. Like, because I don't know, I think we navigate the bodies differently, we show up differently. I don't know. I mean, but I have very limited experience in that space with women. But my performance anxiety came from the fact, like, listen, I know what it is to throw a dick back, right? I don't know what the fuck to do with this. So, I don't know. But that's how I started my OnlyFans. I really wanted to, like, what else do I like? I can't believe I like women. What else do I like?
It's so interesting to me that the bitch who doesn't masturbate but pole dances, doesn't have sex for 3 to 4 years at a time, but also is not interested in sex at all. Like, I mean, I would commend it because a lot of times I think we confuse, like, pleasure and sexuality for the need to have someone there.
Yeah.
And fucking we told you every episode, Shaka gotta come through with the scratch and the blind eyes.
I thought that was the term. I was like, I'm just not gonna look.
It never fails. It's the dog. I just think, I think that's interesting that you can be so content with whatever sexuality you bring to it.
You know what it is? It's that I love intimacy, and intimacy doesn't need to be sex for me. So I sit in a lot of spaces of intimacy, like vulnerable relationships, transparent relationships. I like to just be vulnerable with folks in so many different ways, talking, sharing. Hey, Satori, you have to be quiet. Satori, you have to be quiet. Like doing this, like this is fulfilling for me. Sitting here talking and learning more about, like, walking around your goddamn house. Like, she just let me all up in here. Like, that's the shit that, like, I don't know, it fills me in a way of creating really genuine connections, and that's enough for me. And then from there, that's what makes me want to have sex. I'd be like, no, I like her, you know, right. I like being in her home. I like how she opens up her spaces to me, you know. I like this is the shit that, like, gets my nipples hard. Like, that is the shit.
Are you
hitting
on Erica?
No,
Jamilah, get out.
do I need to leave now?
Right. These are
baby.
Right. Those are the things that set the tone for me in terms of, like, is this something, like, I want to explore? Because it's the intimacy factor for me.
I feel that way, too. I mean, there's definitely ways I don't. There's things I don't need, and then there's things that I do need. I don't know. Maybe I go through, like, waves of that. I feel like that's where I'm at right now. Sometimes I'm at the, like, I don't actually care because I don't care.
Yeah, I need to dig deeper into the masturbation. I need to try harder.
Well, you know, it's because we have that conversation with.
Well, not with them nails. I don't really want to penetrate myself.
You don't like penetration?
I have toys, but no, I just not really. I could just do it. Just a clitoral stimulation and be
using masturbation as a way, a way to I guess sustain from sex, essentially. And not even sustain, just, like, pass up the shit. Make better decisions. Like, after you masturbate, a lot of times, like, you're like, I don't really need to go see that nigga that I thought I needed to go see. Like, wow, I did that so much more easily, and now I get to cuddle up in my bed and watch Sex in the City or whatever girl-ass show I want to watch.
Don't got to worry about your pH getting thrown off.
I don't have to wake up in the morning and look at you.
I don't have to deal with any of it, all of it, you know? I mean, unless it's that person that I want to deal with.
Right.
And I think masturbation has definitely saved my life a few times.
Right now, masturbation makes me money, and I like that. it makes me money. I like it.
That sounds great to me.
So wait, what's happening over there at OnlyFans? Like, how does that even work? Like, are you gonna be wealthy? Are you gonna be rich off OnlyFans? Like, can you make like 40 racks on OnlyFans?
She's like, how many?
There are women making like 100,000 a month.
Is there like a mom space on OnlyFans? Like what?
Yeah, there are MILF people. There's not like a
community,
like
a community of mom. You need to make your an OnlyFans like mom group.
I should
of just moms fucking.
Oh, okay.
That probably,
Black mom's fucking.
Black mom's fucking.
you guys are so creative. It's not even funny.
It reminds me of black girls texting. Black mom's fucking.
Everybody would sign up.
I would sign up.
That's pretty good.
Look, if I'm watching Tasty Blacks for porn, then I'm watching Black Moms fucking too.
Right.
Have you heard of Tasty Blacks? It's the most offensive name. But
I literally saw your Patreon today. We don't always see each other's posts on there. Just like, yeah, we're just simultaneously doing shit. And so I just see her like, oh, by the way, new porn site I just found. It's not the greatest name, but it's called Tasty Blacks, and it's great. Highly recommended. Number 4, gotta go to bed. Bye.
Night.
I'm like, what? Tasty Blacks.
Tasty Blacks.
You guys are missing over. You're missing all my extreme, beautiful suggestions over at Patreon.
Is it really that good?
Do mushrooms next to a Christmas tree.
Hey, we need to compile like a list of must dos.
Must
A
do.
good mom's must do
A
list.
good mom's must do. So many things.
I also have like an extensive cheap candle list I need to put on there. I feel like moms will appreciate. Don't you love candles? Everyone
I
loves
love a
candles.
cheap
Everyone
candle.
loves candles.
And if I knew where to find all of them in one place, I would.
I
be
like all the
very
expensive
happy.
ones though.
I know, I like those too, but there's also some cheap good
You
ones.
got the ones you want to burn all goddamn day. You can't.
This
you can't-
candle smells amazing, but this is
No, this is the one that came from the
box, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, this candle right here is in the
manifestation box, yeah.
hold on, what's it called? The Post 21 VIP manifestation box.
This is probably gonna come
definitely
out after.
Oh,
That's fine.
if you haven't gotten it yet, you should try to figure out how to get one. Manifest that shit.
Manifest that
Manifest
shit.
that.
That candle is amazing.
No, Frolic and Sage, Black Owned Candle Company, all their candles are bomb. They're bomb. Yeah.
I love that.
So we're gonna get rich off OnlyFans or what?
I mean,
I mean,
don't know.
the people are asking.
People are.
I ordered a poll last week. It comes in on Wednesday.
You're gonna have a pole
I
dancing
don't know.
OnlyFans?
Maybe I'm thinking
Beautiful pole dancing.
if I get good enough, it'll be very tasteful. I promise it'll be tasteful, but I'm highly considering.
Jamilah's promising me like I'm her fucking mother because I am.
Wait, when I started messing with Orlando, she was like, "Do not get on OnlyFans." I was like, "I'm not getting on fucking OnlyFans, bitch." I was like, "You're fucking
Why not?"
crazy. Erica told me no.
She
No,
said you cannot throw that ass in the
I
sofa
don't
on
really. I
OnlyFans.
don't know.
I don't care. I don't
want to throw. I don't think I want my pussy on the internet. I'm sure it's like there's a strong possibility that someone already has.
You know, in
footages.
my mind, I thought the same thing.
I know.
Obviously, now I don't give a fuck. But at one point in time,
I mean, no, I believe. I know I can easily cross that threshold.
I remember.
I already don't want. Like, I don't want to wear a shirt on Instagram. It annoys the shit out of me that I have to try and block my boob out of so many videos. It doesn't work. But I just feel like if I could just not block my boob out, I'd be happy. But I don't know. I don't even masturbate by myself. And I don't think I want anyone. I don't want to do any fucking on.
Yeah, I encourage you to masturbate by yourself more, and
Then
and then make that decision. And then,
But I would do some
content.
topless polling.
You should. It's really nice. I mean, I know someone that's all she does too. She does topless polls. So.
I would even get naked during polling. I don't really care about that. But if it's like my choreographies,
You could do art. You
yeah,
could be
I
a
would.
sensual artist.
Yeah, I would love that.
I could see it.
Some body paint.
It doesn't have to be throwing that pussy in the front cam for POVs.
Oh my god, are
You
we
know what I'm saying?
curating Jamilah's OnlyFans live?
I'm like, maybe get some fairy
We're
wings.
manifesting money
Fairy
with
wings.
ease and pleasure.
Manifesting money with ease and pleasure.
Yeah, it is ease and pleasure. That's true. You just say those
Oh my
things.
goodness.
With ease and pleasure. I really like it. I love what it's done. It's been very liberating for me, empowering for me. But it's gave me the push to explore myself in ways that I haven't. And that's not for everybody. There are people who get on there and they don't like it. But once it's out there, it's out there. But what's really dope is how it still falls in alignment with my brand cohesivity, because it's all about like mothering, self-care, exploring yourself, being in oneness with yourself, knowing that you're still a sexual, beautiful being while being an awesome mom. So
that's what I think is just so beautiful about you and like your journey, and like you're just so radically you, and I fuck with that. That's how I am. I think that's what attracted to you initially. And I think I even maybe started following you around. Maybe I was still pregnant. But I was like, oh, that's my people.
yeah,
And it's just something like everybody's shit looks different. Like we are so the same, but so different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And same with me and Erica, but we're still from. The other day we went to gymnastics, me, Ashley, and Jessica, and she's like, we're so fucking weird. Isn't it great? Because we know we're weird though, right?
I was looking at them and I was like, God, we're so weird. Like And it makes me laugh because I was like, we're all the same, which is we have no fucking shame. Like, there's no shame, so the way we communicate is hilarious. I'm like, bitch, listen, my whole shit was falling apart yesterday, and I lied about it, and then I tried to do this and this, and I'm like, bitch, why are you doing all that? Because, listen, the way my trauma was set up, and then the trigger, and then I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just do ABC. Well, you know that's not really healthy. I know it's not healthy, but tomorrow I'm gonna do better. You know, like, we talk like that.
Right.
And it's the best. It's the fucking best. I'm like, I love being able to just see people as they are.
I know. Me and Jessica talk.
I love being a conscious fuck up.
I do. I love being conscious.
It's awareness.
I'm awareness.
It
I'm
is
aware of what
aware.
I'm doing, and I'm
It's
talking
so-
through it, and I'm going through it.
And I'm talking through it out loud. Do you hear me? Okay, good. It's a little crazy, but do you catch my drift?
But it's okay. It's like the awareness still allows us to have a positive self-image, right? Where we're not feeling like, oh my God, like, I'm this awful individual. It's like, no, I liked it, didn't like it. I'm gonna do better. I tried that. It didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
As opposed to being like, I hate myself.
Right.
You know, as like, I love just people with awareness. I don't need anybody to be perfect. I just need to have awareness so niggas can be real with each other.
Right. Like, can we be real with each other?
That's it.
It's true. Like, it's such a testimony. It's such to just be honest about your journey, whatever the fuck that looks like, because everyone's going to look different, period.
Right.
Not one person's going to be the same, it's going to look the same, but if we could just see each other in those journeys, and be like, I'm a little weird. I told Jessica the other day, I was like, when I was at Ashley's house overstaying my welcome, I was like,
You were not
I was like, does she want me to come? I'm always thinking that I'm like bothering people, and then that's why I was like, I've been here like 4 hours. She's probably like, what the fuck? So then I text Jessica like, what are you doing?
Bother my other mom friend.
Yeah, my other friend, and she's like, oh, I can tell the nanny that you're coming. Then I was like, damn it. She's like, but I have to edit something. I'm like, okay. And then I got anxiety, like, am I bothering her?
That is
Am I a bother?
Should I go
As
home?
she's just laying out in my backyard, like, it's not a thing. I told her, I was like, I loved it because we don't need anybody to entertain anyone. I didn't need her to entertain me. She didn't need me to entertain her. We could just exist.
But that's my anxiety. But then I could tell Ashley, my first time knowing her, like, I'm just overthinking, like, should I stay? and then I'll tell Jessica, like, I didn't know if you really want me to come. She's like, bitch, I told you to come. I sent you the address. I was like, I know, I'll be tripping. And then Jessica will tell me the same shit, you know, and I know she be having anxiety. And it's just beautiful to just be sharing space with you ladies. And I think it's a testimony to everybody else who's pretending or compartmentalizing that you could, like, mix colors, bitch, and you can get wet.
And the kids didn't bother me. So the whole time you thinking you're bothering me, she was literally helping my life that day. Like, she played with Satori. Satori won't leave me the fuck alone, you guys can see. Like Satori was with her and went for a walk. I got a TikTok done. What? I was like, I sat around and listened to Clubhouse. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, this is a great fucking day.
She made us English muffins.
Yeah. I
I played on her pole all day. I was like,
she danced. I got a kick out of that.
I know. I was watching. I was bad.
I loved it.
You're so good at it.
I'm like,
You are.
I love that shit.
It was inspiring too, you know. Like, I'm like, oh, that was nice because it's fun to watch like other little fairies just like hop around, right? So she was like being a little fairy. I was like, oh, I'm gonna dance maybe too. That's nice. I should dance some.
I do have that pole.
I'll
That is
dance
mine.
later. Give my puller.
Give her pole, Sparrow. Lena was like, Mommy, can we go back to that girl's house with the pole?
Oh yeah, like
I was like, I know.
Luna
baby.
was loving it.
I was like, I know. I ordered ours. Don't worry.
I ordered ours.
I'm really like the worst part is like I hope when I get it in the mail like she's not home because I know I'm gonna have to share and I'm just like.
How do you still feel about like sharing? Like, okay, obviously if you ever put a poll up, like Luna's gonna be on it, are you not going to like share it?
Well, I got over it. I mean, I had an experience where I videoed her on a pole and like someone I know said something to me, texted me, and I took it down because I didn't really want the fight. I don't know. I just didn't think about it. I was just like, whatever. But I just feel like it's so innocent for a child, and it's so unfair to like project. And it's like, do I have to put it on the internet? No, I don't have to put it on the internet. But like, she's not in a bikini taking $1 bills from my friends on the side. Like, it's a sport. It's a form of dance, and I encourage like expression in body and expression in dance. I want her also to do aerial. Like, I think I would do. That's something that we could do together. Just like if we would learn Spanish together or, you know, learn history together, I think it's like the exploration of body. And I see her doing that and like mimicking me with music and like just being like theatrical and feeling the music. And I just think, wow, how powerful of a gift, you know, like for her to just be in tune with like that, you know, just to kind of meditate in that way and express herself. So Yeah, like, fuck everybody. If I feel like putting it on and she does some cool... She's going to be the bomb by the time she's, like, 10.
She's the bomb.
Yeah, she's the bomb, you know? So I'm just going to let life be and worry about myself and fuck everybody else.
Cracking up. Satori be twerking. I be laughing so hard. Shannon's really the dancer, though. Shannon's really good. She be moving her little body. I be cracking up.
Isn't it amazing to see children like just move their bodies to the beat? It's such an expression. I love that shit.
Mm-hmm. We have dance parties all the time.
Yes.
Dance parties is life. I can't get through my days without dance parties.
Seriously.
Did you always think you'd have 2 daughters?
No. And people ask me, do I want a son? Absolutely not. If I had another baby, I want another little girl.
Yeah, you love girls.
I love having little girls. People are like, oh, but you want a boy to be like this, and they're going to be on top of you, and they're going to want you, and they'll be next to you. And I was like, that's what the Satori's like that. I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. They're like, you're right, Satori's like that. I was like, she's my rough one. She's the one jumping off of tables, climbing everything. And it's funny because everybody used to crack just like, oh, that's your little stud right there. I'm like, no, quit telling my baby that she be a whole ass nigga bitch.
Right,
you know, like,
really? Stop.
I'm
You
like,
stop with the nigga bitch.
Stop it. And I was like, why she gotta be a whole ass stud? And it's so funny because she loves dressing up. And she goes, Mommy, look at my tutu. I'm so pretty. And then it throws everybody off. My best friend be like, I just knew she was going to want to be a little Tom. I said, she's 3.
Right, like,
She's
relax.
3.
People
like,
love.
Because she had a little deep, raspy voice. I'm like, the only reason she has a raspy voice is because she cries too much. That's trauma that you're listening to.
No, that's not just her. I think that's a little raspy
No,
voice.
it's trauma. It was not like that. And it came back, right? I was like, she had a beautiful little soft voice. And she
trauma.
No, she's not. Now, as like she screamed it
away.
out, you're hearing trauma in the vocal cords. So now it's like that, right? So then,
Screamed it out.
Screamed it
She's
out.
a beautiful little bitch.
It was really sweet. And it's just so quickly that people forgot, and I had to bring them back. I'm like, you're right. I'll never forget when it went out. I was trying to. I remember
How much tantrum it
she
was.
screamed so bad because I was trying to hurry up and finish the dishes, and I really needed to finish those dishes. Like, I really wanted to clean up that sink. And so she sat there hollering. And then I was like, Satori, I told you when I'm almost done. So then all of a sudden it was like, and then it went to, it hit one of those. And it was a wrap after that. It was a wrap after that. Then it was a wrap. Then everybody's like, oh my God, she's so cute. I said, no, it's not cute. I said, this is trauma. You guys are reminding me of that moment. I said, this is pain in her voice, right? So then it came back. It came back, I want to say maybe a few months ago. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, the little voice came back. There I was, vacuuming. She didn't want me to vacuum. And I'm thinking, like, it's back now. It should be fine. Y'all are cracking the fuck up. This really happened. So I'm vacuuming, and apparently she needed to be touched at that moment. And I said, I really want to vacuum this. And she hit me one more time with the, and then it went to, and here we are. We're back here again.
Maybe this time she'll remember if it comes back this time.
Maybe she needs a little throat coat.
Yeah.
You know, a little throat
And
coat and
everybody
honey.
I hate it because people are like, oh my God, I love her little raspy voice.
Let's have her drink some lemon and honey. She'll be alright.
Oh, now that I know it, I can never hear her little raspy voice the same.
Oh my God, I thought her little raspy voice was so damn cute.
I
That's
know.
what I.
Yeah.
She's like, where's my sock?
Yeah.
That one, that my sock.
There's pain there.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh my God.
Let me not remind you of your child's trauma.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's really her trauma.
Change the subject.
It's her. She's the one who's
Hurry up and change the
traumatized.
subject.
I'm like, is this? I know that I didn't do cry it out right in my head, right? Like this isn't. I mean, but I have to tell myself it was okay actually that she wanted to finish vacuuming that floor. It's okay. You know, she was gonna be all right.
You didn't know that she was gonna scream.
I didn't know she could take it that far. She took it. She takes it there.
That's gonna be an early lesson in if I take it this far with there's repercussions.
One
sometimes.
time she had dry lips and she was screaming so hard and this split. And I tell her, I'm like, this is what happens when you scream this hard. You know, like you shouldn't be like that angry. So it's like, you gotta moisturize and drink some water.
The kids really be trying you. Like, I have been tried this week. I mean, really tried. A lot of eye rolling, you know? And I'm just like...
Do you have any Hori about the show? Oh, you said you don't, only from college because she's asexual.
From college.
Was it a good one, though?
Maybe.
I mean, honestly...
They're not... it's kind of like elementary Hori. I feel like that's not fair to say everybody's dying. That's not true.
Okay, well, let's just go first. Take it for a spin. Let's see what you got.
It wasn't any like group, but what happened was I was like having sex with this one guy, and he was on a fraternity, but then at the same time, okay, well, it didn't start there. Wait, let me back it up a little bit. So what happened was I had this one boyfriend who was in the fraternity, right? And then we broke up because he was like cheating on me. And then so my friend who was on the other fraternity had a like one of his like, he was the ADP. So he was like the dean. So he had, some people online. He was like, listen. He's like, Ashley, I know what you need, right? He's like, you meet so-and-so. Y'all need to come together and y'all need to have sex, right? And I'm thinking like, that's so weird.
Need to have sex?
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, you guys,
sex setup.
He's like, you guys need each other.
It was a dick appointment.
The dean?
Yeah, he like, no, like the dean had set it up, right? Okay. He's like, you guys need to figure this out, right? So I was like, I remember being so like, oh my God, like, hi. Like, we were like in the student center. It was like an open public area, but somehow that then led us to us having a sexual relationship where he would like come over, and at the time, I guess he had a girlfriend that he was in and out of too. And he would come to my apartment, and we would do the do. And then somehow what had happened was I then started fucking the dean. What?
Of the school?
No, the one that set them up. The one that set them up. The guy who had set
you guys
this up. And then we started having sex.
Okay.
Right? And then it became this really, like, weird space of, like, sort of kind of, like, going back and forth. And then they would just not want to talk about it because they both really liked me.
So y'all were like having sex with him on Monday, having sex with him on Tuesday, Wednesday.
In my mind, it wasn't like that. In my mind, it was like we would have our run, and then it would pause, and then we would have our run, and then it pause, and then we would have our run. I don't know, and then because it was like people's feelings were getting caught up in it. I remember like he got so mad. He was like, "I can't believe you're fucking my bro, like my dean," and then I remember he did some like weirdo shit to show he was like having a temper tantrum about it. And I was like, but you have a whole girlfriend. This is weird, right? And then that's about as like, I guess as really hoary as it gets, where I was like actively participating in fucking a line.
Okay.
Like
I have to give that like a 2.
Of like fraternity brothers. I feel like everybody was doing that in college.
You were pimping.
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe I was just being a hoe. Like, but people were like, I don't know, because everyone was like, well, and then it became drama, like big beef between that fraternity against the other fraternity, because then my ex was also still trying to fight for my affections as well.
Wow, you're just popping in college.
So yeah, and then he was also like, it got intense, like to where like niggas was like they were having to be like, yo, because then they tried to get like all the LBs to go against the other like fraternity, and it was like all over me. Because I was starting shit. Because I was fucking everybody at that point.
Not everybody.
It was a triangle.
Yeah, but it wasn't, like, at the time, it wasn't, like, I don't know. I mean, I look at it, I'm like, oh, that was some really hoary shit, I guess.
No, that's some fucking 20 shit.
Yeah.
I was fucking everybody.
And also, you, like, who doesn't like that attention? You're like, who ain't fighting over me?
Yeah, but it was weird. At the time, I felt like I was really in relationships with them, though. Like, I don't know.
I didn't give a fuck about a relationship in fucking college. I was just like, oh, you're cute.
Mm.
Yeah.
I didn't feel guilty about that at all. I don't even remember.
Well, my school was small, and as soon as you had sex with somebody, you were having sex with somebody, they were all friends. It was so many. Oh, I hate that school.
What school was it?
I don't tell anybody.
Okay, never mind. Never mind that school.
But that's about as like really horrible. I can't think of anything else except now that I'm an actual whole ass whore. You know.
Way to make a comeback, Ash.
Yeah, like
Way
now
to
I'm
make
like
a comeback.
really doing it.
You're
you know,
a late in life lesbian and a late in life.
And I'm very serious about it. Like,
how does your mom feel about the OnlyFans?
I don't know. Like nobody says anything about it. I'm very public, right?
No one says anything about it. What do you mean?
Her mom didn't say anything. Her mom's seems like a very respectful woman.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's not a thing though. I mean, I can't imagine what they would say to me. I'm a whole grown ass woman with 2 kids, and I really don't care, really. Also, I've become really good at like asking for like money for my time. Like, it's so funny. Like, people on the online, like, oh, do this. I'd be like, that's actually gonna cost. So you need to like pay me for my time. Like, I love being able to feel so bossy and my value. OnlyFans has really taught me value. Like, I love to be like,
no, that's not free. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not free. Like, it feels really good to like, this doesn't somebody's like, I'll pay you $1,000. I'm like, I gotta make that and like, go to sleep.
Right,
you know, like
right.
try harder. You know, like that feels really good.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah.
You gotta ask for that money, baby. Get that money, baby.
Yeah.
Time is money.
Yeah.
Energy is money.
Energy is money.
And if you don't ask, you'll never get it.
Yeah.
You won't.
You'll never get it. How the fuck you just think someone's gonna give it to you?
Right.
Like I really enjoy like
if
dating is different too.
And when they do give it to you, you'll wonder why the fuck it took so long. You'll be like, damn, all this time I could have got this shit. The fuck? I think me and Jamilah have learned that a lot in our journey in like podcasting and, you know, creating so much and being like, what is the return on this? Like, how, like, you know?
Like, wait, we're just telling our business every week endlessly. What the fuck have we done?
Facts. Like you just
wait, hold on. Why did we do this? Right, until you figure it out, you know.
We're all learning. I'm like learning how to best like monetize myself in all spaces too. It's a journey, but definitely like you see that people are willing to pay for it, and then you're like, why did I ever not put value on that? Right. Like, it's so funny. Somebody says something. I'm like, bitch, that's not a thing. These feet is crusty as fuck, and that people tip me the best on my OnlyFans. I don't got pedigree. I got Ashley. I be walking around in front. I be like, listen, outdoor nature feet, and they love that shit. They love it. They love it. But when you do that, like when you step into that type of space, you love on yourself pretty good. Like, you can't tell me a motherfucking thing.
Right.
You like people be like, oh my God, you got hair in your part. Be like, bitch, and they pay good money to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a thing. Like, you're not tripping, and you know what you can and can't do. Like, I know what it is to like, woo, I'm a fucking problem when I draw these eyebrows in, right? Like,
Not draw the eyebrows.
I am when I fucking shade this shit on and put some highlight under here, I'm a problem. And I thought, what? And I can dress. I'm a problem when I put on a dress, right? But I also know what it is to like be like this and give hella femdom energy, and everybody loves it, right? Okay, go ahead.
Did she reach it?
I don't know.
Okay.
She'll tell she can help.
Well, let's wrap up. We're gonna wrap up. But yes, I love all that. I love you can have both. You can be everything. What's the affirmation again? I am one with myself.
I'm in oneness with myself.
And I'm in oneness with myself.
Whatever that is.
That's what that is.
Yes.
That's encompassing all parts of you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to talk about. You guys are so cool.
You're so cool. I love you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
I always love when we find new moms in our neighborhood. We're friends with like almost everybody we get to talk to, which is great. Yeah.
Tell Shannon to help you.
We're coming right now.
Okay, so
She's over it.
this is about the time where the kids get restless. And
Shannon's so excited to watch you.
doesn't matter what set of kids it is. It's about the same amount of time.
Really?
One podcast.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Can you tell our people where to find you?
Yes. Hi, my name is Ashley. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, OnlyFans as Ms. Wright's Way. That's MSWRIGHTSWAY. I also have a natural skincare line, organic, vegan, toxin-free. It's called Affirm Skincare. Quality, natural ingredients that you look at your best. Intentional use help you manifest your best self. Because imagine what it is to wake up every day and bathe yourself or cleanse your face in enough, or to cleanse yourself in value, or to cleanse yourself in oneness, right? Moisturize yourself.
Yes. It starts with that. You have to touch on yourself.
It's
you have
a ritual.
to love on yourself. Yes.
Absolutely.
It is a ritual.
Because I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm really shifting. I really want us to shift the way we approach skincare, because you can spend hundreds of dollars on really expensive products, but if you don't love yourself, if you're not affirming yourself every day, it doesn't fucking matter. How it won't project that love that you need to see in the mirror. And so I really am saying, there are on the bottle it says I am, and it's for you to write your action word on there, like your affirmation word on there. And there was a study, a Japanese person said that when you write words on liquid, it changes the molecular structure of the liquid, right? I think there's a Japanese, I can't remember his name currently at this time. So that's what I'm bringing into that everyday ritual, that intentional space to get up and affirm yourself in what it is that you need in that moment. So,
and then I feel like I need to go. Like, I feel like I'm just motivated. First of all, I need some affirm. I feel like I need to affirm my body.
Right. It is everything that I believe in physical form.
I love that.
I love it too, and I tried it, and
it really fucking
Yeah.
works. It really fucking works.
Well, you guys know where to find us at Good Moms Bad Choices everywhere. Check out our Patreon. You need to come on our close after dark, like our
Friends After Dark.
Friends After
I
Dark.
would love that. And then but give me some time so I can like doll myself up.
No,
and I can
we
really
have a-
show y'all what these titties do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Maybe you can give us a OnlyFans tutorial on the.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely can.
Yes, because we have a segment on Patreon called Close Friends After Dark, and that's where we bring our friends in and we have,
Fun stuff.
I'm a
combos.
real fucking weirdo,
Sexy
Erica.
combos.
I mean, Mila probably can hang with me. I don't know about you, Erica. You
None
like,
of
this
us are
bitch
weirdo.
is really, she really took her panties off. Right? Like, you was like, how you do it? Like, let me show you. I spread the shit right here like this. And I'd be like, she's really doing this right now. Yeah, right now I'm doing it. It's really happening. It's really happening.
I can't wait.
What, you're in the tribe where you can be who you are.
Yeah,
And,
and I'd be
nobody's
like,
batting an eye. It's
Drink
all
my
free.
breast milk so I know it's real. Yes. Shannon, help your sister get the apple juice.
Her little voice.
Little voice.
Oh no, the trauma.
The trauma that everybody loves to hear.
Oh my god. Anyway, catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Suspendido en la noche, solo puedo recordar la luz de la calle, de las estrellas, como bailamos en la gran ciudad. Suavemente, suavemente.